What are copy number variations, CNVs, and why are they important? Imagine your DNA as a giant instruction manual for your body. Now picture some pages being duplicated or missing. That's what happens with copy number variations in your genetic code. These are segments of DNA that can be present in different numbers from person to person. Instead of having the usual 2 copies of a particular DNA segment, some people might have more or fewer copies. These changes can involve tiny pieces of DNA, just a few thousand base pairs long or large sections, that include entire genes. Copy number variations are a type of structural change in the genome. They make up about 5 to 10% of the entire human genetic material. These variations are a major source of genetic diversity, meaning they help explain why people look different and have different traits. When a person has extra copies of a gene, it can lead to more of that gene's product being made. Conversely, missing copies can mean less of a product. Sometimes these differences don't cause any noticeable effects. Other times, they can influence health, development, or how your body responds to medicines. From a family health perspective, copy number variations are very important. Some CNVs are linked to health conditions like developmental delays, autism spectrum disorders, or certain types of cancer. For example, having extra copies of a gene involved in cell growth might increase the risk of cancer. On the other hand, missing copies of genes that help with brain development can be associated with learning difficulties. CNVs also affect how your body processes medications. For example, if you have extra copies of a gene that helps break down a drug, you might metabolize it faster, making the medication less effective. If you have fewer copies, the drug might stay in your system longer, increasing the chance of side effects. This is why understanding CNVs can help doctors personalize treatments for each person. These variations also tell us about how humans have adapted over generations. For instance, some populations have more copies of the amylase gene, which helps digest starch. This shows how diet and environment can shape our genes over time. Modern genetic testing methods like next-generation sequencing and single nucleotide polymorphism analysis can detect CNVs with high accuracy. This helps doctors and researchers identify genetic differences that matter for health and disease. In summary, copy number variations are differences in the number of copies of DNA segments between individuals. They contribute to genetic diversity and can influence health, disease risk, and how we respond to medicines. Knowing about CNVs helps in understanding hereditary health risks and tailoring medical care to each person's unique genetic makeup.